I'm Alexander Sirigiani. It's 1:11 a.m., August 26th. I'm Alexander Sirigiani. I'm on the right hand penguin duck birthmark. So one of their favorite hustles is they like to play understanding guy, sensitive guy, scientist, educated guy. And they'll downplay what's going on and make up some, like for instance they're always trying to give fake justifications for what I'm angry about whenever these people are bothering me. One thing they like to do is make up stories and manufacture reactions, or they'll attempt murder on me. I'll flip out about that, and they'll capture that reaction and then apply that reaction to some other thing and be like, "We asked him this, and he flipped out." Like, that's not what happened. They were attempting murder on me, shocking my brain, genitals, heart, whatever. But their favorite hustle is to downplay what's really going on and just cover up and make people oblivious to what they're really doing, and then act like he's mad about X or mad about Y and something just absurd or abnormal to be mad about. Um, or to bother other people, but I've never bothered anyone, period. So I don't know what they're talking about. But no, what I'm mad about is the use of WMDs on me, the use of new age neurosurgeries on me in a weaponized form, the permanent devices in my brain, the permanent device in my brain, the fact people can see through my fucking eyes, multiple devices in my brain, not just a BCI with telepathy, mind output that comes to awareness, telepathy that comes to awareness, outputs. Also, various implantable devices for covert witness tampering and covert abuse, embedding manipulation, and neuromodulation. The various devices in my peripheral nervous system. The fact that there's devices in my brain and body, and these people don't have informed consent. The fact that people are stealing money for compensation for crimes I'm a victim of, experiments I'm a victim of, bets I'm a victim of. The fact people are stealing my ideas and data and making money off of it. The fact people are exploiting me. The fact people are using WMDs on me, such as satellites that emit gamma radiation. And then they were saying it's a medical tool and it's a gamma knife and using that as an excuse. And they're not in prison for fucking terrorism, basically. They're actually allowing these terrorists to roam freely and they're not in prison. I'm also mad about this new age mind slavery I'm a victim of and exploitation. It's unpaid servitude and exploitation. It's slavery. Um, Not to mention the ritualistic community sexual assault, the slander with malice, the manufacturing of evidence. The fact that there's people who aren't in experts and who aren't investigators, and I've never taken a criminal justice class in their life, investigating RICO and terrorism and terrorists holding me hostage. That's infuriating. There's actual unprofessionals investigating something that involves terrorism, RICO, and murder and new age fucking terrorists with these implantable devices and software that interacts with them, and they're not even using real experts to investigate this, and my life is in danger. These are some of the things I'm mad about. Let's not to mention the 5 year and 6 month hostage scenario with 12 to 17 hours a day of sexual abuse and repeated telepathy bombardment, neuromodulation, and over 10,000 accounts of assault and over 2,000 or more accounts of sexual assault. Then over like 1,000 pieces of slander a day, manufacturing evidence. I don't know how many attempts of frames these guys have committed, and they're still not in prison. And not to mention theft of trillions of dollars in crimes, and large sums of money in slander. So, yeah, don't fall for their understanding guy, sensitive guy, educated scientist guy hustle and be like, oh, he's mad about blah blah blah. No, that's not true at all. No, it's the breaches of Nuremberg Code and people putting devices in my brain and body and invading my privacy 24/7. That's a piece of that, while also assaulting me repeatedly daily with weaponized telepathy, weaponized new age neurosurgeries, weaponized neuromodulation, etc., etc. So let's just enough of this bullshit. Let's say what I'm really angry about, and don't fall for any of their made up stories or made up this or manufactured reactions to nonsense. They love to use that on morons. Don't be a moron. They love that hustle. So this is what they do all day. A lot of these guys sit around all day long for 5 years and 6 months, 12 to 17 hours a day, just poking and prodding my nervous system, my brain, threatening me, slandering me, stealing from me, hacking my computer, waiting to catch a reaction of anger. And then they'll catch the anger or response, and then they will capture that and then apply it to something else. And that's their hustle. So they have teams of shitbags who sit around 12 to 17 hours a day or longer, 24/7, waiting to just capture me in a state of agitation or anger and then just apply it to some random scenario. And that's how they operate. Bet my life. They literally sit around daily, 12 to 17 hours a day for 5 years and 6 months, just waiting to capture an explosion or me to get enraged because of repeated accounts of assault, repeated bombardment of my nervous system and brain, sexual assault, what have you. Capture the explosion and then apply it to whatever context or whatever lie they're trying to sell and be like, that's what he reacted to. That's their hustle. Don't be a moron. Bet my life on it. Swear on my mother. If you had $1 trillion, I'd bet my life on it. Bet my life on it. So they pull all sorts of hustles. Read my methods of analysis. There's 1,400 pages in it. They got confirmatory hustles. They got all sorts of shit. Did you smoke pot? I'm like, yeah. And then they'll take that yeah and apply it to something else. Come on. That's all they're doing. And that's how they control information. And then they don't let me see where this is going on and be like, this guy's a fucking liar. Why do you think they don't want me to see where this is going on? Because they peddle trillions of dollars in slander and frames. And that's not even the tip of the iceberg. They've committed trillions of dollars in crimes. Bet my life on it. So don't fall for bullshit. Right now, they're even interacting with my nervous system to take advantage of people who rely on these weird truth systems that they train you to with experts who aren't experts. They're experts at being confidence men and swindlers and bullshit artists. And they use their experts to train people to true systems, but they're really training them to cues they manipulate. And then they train you to say, this means X, like this means he's lying. But they actually, it's really a device they set off. And they're like, you see, when this happens, this means he's lying. And you think you're observing something natural when it's really some other guy clicking some device and showing you that cue. So that's their hustle as well. Read all my jazz, you'll pick up on it. So their experts aren't even experts. They're confidence men and swindlers whose job it is to train you to a true system that they manipulate, meaning they create the cues of the truth system. And they tell you it means X. And then they don't tell you they're creating X. They're telling you it's a natural reading. And so then they click, you see X, and then you think it means X. So they train you to a cue they create and manufacture. So then you're thinking you're learning from experts. That's another way they psychologically hijack you, but you're really learning from experts, swindlers, confidence men, and bullshit artists. So they say X means he lied. So then they train you to that. So then when you ask a question, and then when you see X, you're like, oh, he's lying. But it's really a manufactured X, and that's what they don't tell you. So they do shit like that. Bet my life on it. Right now they're setting off stuff. I just felt shit in my legs. So whatever they trained you to that, that's just another cue, a manufactured cue that they trained you to mean whatever. Bet my life on it.